Howdy folks, it's Walter here and welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator. We'll do a proper introduction in a moment, but I want to show you something very, very quickly on the screen when you start a flight. If you wait a minute, it'll tell you the weather on this screen. Look at that. 2 knots from 184 degrees, and there you go. Alright, let's get in and start the video for real. So I'm still the tall turtle, as I said a moment ago, and we're still in Garberville on this plateau in the mountains and forests in Northern California, and we're going to continue our trek along the west coast of Northern California towards Oregon. Those of you who have not been watching every video, first of all, why not? But realistically, nobody's watching everything. I know that. So a quick recap of what we're doing. Several days ago, probably a week, maybe 2 weeks ago, we did a VFR flight in San Jose, California to check out the Apple campus and San Francisco VFR, and I enjoyed it so much I decided to keep going along the northern coast of California because I've never flown the northern coast of California in the sim, nor have I been there in real life, obviously. And so I thought, hey, let's just keep going with the Beech 18, Model 18, and fly up the coast of Northern California to hit Oregon. And then after that, we'll see what we're going to do. So this last leg, I guess, we're kind of creating our own bush trip in a way, I guess. Our last leg, we stopped at Garberville. And this leg, we're going to keep heading northwestish towards the coast. And then we'll get to Eureka, California. That's the coast, and follow that up to Oregon. But the big thing about today is we are entering the redwood forests of Northern California. Of course, the trees in the sim are going to look exactly the same as they do as any other trees. But no, that's where we are. I'm sure people around the globe have heard of the redwood forest. You can drive through some of the trees, which is totally true. My wife has done it. And that's where we're entering, is that area. There's Garberville. Garberville? Is there an S in that? Nope. Garberville is right there. Highway 110, US 110, 101, sorry. In fact, that's what inspired this trip, is you hear about the 101 in California, but it goes all the way up the coast. So I'm like, let's just follow the 101 north. That's what we've been doing. We have lost sight of it a few times because it goes in the trees in the forest and we can't see it, but we are always able to find it in the end. So there you go. Redwood weather is turned on again, and we're going to keep it on if we can. We'll see what these clouds do to us when we get up there. I'm not worried about icing. I'm just worried about visibility. So anyway, let's hop inside. And I have a checklist like I talk about every time on my other monitor. I stopped using paper and I finally put them on the computer. And I have a checklist how to use. So here we go. Let's see, doors and everything are closed already because I didn't open them because it was showing you the weather on the opening screen there. Tables have to be down though and stored, which they are because these open up and close. This is the only payware aircraft I have in the simulator, well, that I paid for. Big Radios gifted me their entire hangar a while back. I should fly those more, I guess. But then I bought this one and I love this plane so much I haven't stopped flying it very much since I got it. Alright, so anyway, this is the only payware aircraft I have. And it was a local Legends anyway, so I kind of feel like it's part of the sim. Just pay like $5 or something. I got it on sale, $4.99 something. I don't know. Alright, parking brake set. And fuel and passengers. Oh, by the way, I just left it at noon. I've been doing all these morning flights, sunrise flights. That gets kind of cliche. So now it's just noon. Had lunch, dead noon. That's what time it is. But anyway, we've been taking some people with. I can't remember who we take with every time. So we'll put me in there. We'll put my wife in there. And we'll put one of our children there. And we'll put the other child there, who are big teenagers, by the way. Those of you who've been following my flight sim. Did I even have kids when I started flight simming on YouTube? Maybe I did. But they would have been like toddlers or something. Which would have been weird because I was one of those dads that was like 150% in all the time. So when would I have had time to flight sim if I had toddlers? Anyway, it doesn't matter, but my kids are big kids now. Now I'm just bringing some nieces and nephews. And we had lunch, so our baggage weight is going down. So yeah, so I've been doing flight sim. I've been doing flight sim since, I don't know, the late 90s or something, but on YouTube, obviously. But didn't exist back then. And my kids were little. Okay, so let's see here. Fuel and passengers, close the door, already did. Close windows, I never opened them. Fuel selectors confirmed on, they always are. Mixture rich. Props forward. Throttle cracked. Left battery on. Which one is that? Left battery on. Left generator on. Turn. Wait, this is never on the left all the way. That's weird. That's strange. Anyway. Battery on. Generator on. Primer. Oh yeah, the primer thing. Nope. That was ready to the left too. That's weird because this is... my computer was even restarted, not just the sim. So why is everything kind of left how I left it? That's weird. Anyway. Starter left, it already is. Fuel boot, no, Meg's on first. Meg, left Meg. Whoops, let's do this one. Fuel boost, come on. And then we start it. If it will. Or sounds like it. Sounds like it to me. Alright, we'll do repeat for the right engine. Battery generator, come down here and prime this thing. If we can get the little arrow. That arrow, thank you. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we do the starter to the right. And then the right mags. And then back to here. And then this hit the boost. And then the starter never works that way. It never works the first time. See? It's so weird. It works the first time for the left, but it never works the first time for the right. There you go. I don't understand it. And cover down. I'm also trying to speak quietly because I got people at home. It's not middle of the night like usual, so people are home doing things. I think my wife's in some weird meeting. She's a she's a professor, so sometimes students are like, "Can you meet at 8 at night?" My wife's like, "I don't have boundaries, so sure." I'm just kidding, kind of. All right, fuel boost, starter, did all that. Starter switch to middle. That's kind of nice having it in the middle. And there we go. Red cover down, already did it. Beacon on. That's over here, I think. Where's the beacon? There it is. Avionics on. I forgot that last time. It's kind of weird. Seatbelt light, we'll do that now, even though we could do a little bit later. There you go. Ooh, 6 hours we've been flying this plane. Really? Only 6? Okay. If we do need icing stuff, that's max for that, and that's the de-icer there. De-icing pressure, push it off if we need it. We may or may not need it. Alrighty, flight plan. I already told you flight plan. We're just gonna head north. If I look at Google Maps on my other monitor, we're gonna head northwest, I guess. And I'm hoping to head to I'm hoping to get all the way to Oregon in this video. Although I kind of have a feeling that's not going to happen. We're at least going to get to the ocean, which is Eureka and Rosewood. And we'll be going through some Redwood State Parks to get there. And then there's more Redwood Forest north of that. But we're at least going to get to the ocean in this video. Even if I have to record it over different days and splice it together, I'm getting to the ocean. I would like to just get all the way to Oregon, but we'll see. I have a feeling that might be a little ambitious, but you never know. The other thing is, I might talk a little bit more in this video. So the first 2 videos, it was VFR thing. I was on Google Maps telling you what things were and everything. That's kind of cool. But then for the previous video, I'm like, I've been talking a lot. Let's just sightsee. Well, I didn't tell you what we were looking at. You just do a sightseeing video without commentary after that. So for this video, we're going to talk a lot again, which is again why I don't think we're going to make it to Oregon necessarily. Because that would be a long flight with a lot of talking. Might have to split it up into 2. But you never know. Maybe we'll make it. Alright, do we have an ATIS at this little airport? I don't think so. It was 184 degrees the wind was coming from. It was only 2 knots, so it doesn't really matter. There you go, beef barometer. It's just the clouds and visibility I'm worried about. So if we know the wind is coming from 184, we want a runway that's closest to 18. Or, if you want to know a secret, just do announce taxi and I'll tell you which runway to use.
Oscar 16 traffic Turtle Soup Tango Tango. Tango 41 is taxiing to runway 18.
Okay, it's kind of funny. I said we want something close to 18, and there's an 18, 180 degrees. Alrighty. I mean, that isn't always completely accurate, but that's the easiest way to do it. So that means when we take off, we're going to be heading due south. We're going to have to make a U-turn like this and head that way, and then go off that way. But that's fine. I don't think we have any train. Well, yeah, we do have some train to consider. Unless I do a super steep angle as soon as we get off the runway. Which might not work in this aircraft. It's not very aerobatic. But anyway, so here we go. Already turned the seatbelt lights on. There are no taxi lights for this airplanes. So let's take the parking brake off and head over to 18, which I already forgot which way that was. Oh, are we gonna make this? Come on now. There we go. It'll tell us on the little red things which one is 18. The one on the right, so we're gonna head to the right. See how it says 3618? That means 18 is over here. Ooh. Ooh, come on. There we go. Tricky, tricky. Oh, and we have a taxi ribbon anyway. Never mind. Never mind. I'm just used to using bush trips where you don't get any aids at all. You just have to figure it all out. But I forgot I have some of these helping things turned on. No regrets though. Alrighty. Anyway, we'll just keep this taxi together because it's so dang short. And this is no throttle, by the way. This is all idle. Ooh, good thing you ducked. Alrighty. Anyway, we will announce our departure once we get to the end of the runway here. I can't see. Is that the end? Is there more taxi? No, there's more taxiway up there. Okay. Okie dokie. I guess we can go like this a little bit. It actually works in this airplane. So anyway, keep getting questions about if I'm going to update Flight Sim 2024, because not everybody has watched every video where I have talked about Flight Sim 2024. And at the time of this recording, which is mid-December as I record this, yes, I'm ahead somehow. As you watch this, it's January, I'm sure. But anyway, it's mid-December. I have no interest in Flight Sim 2024. This simulator does everything that I want it to do in the way that I use it. And the visuals, to me, are just as good, if not better than 2024. And I say that because in Flight Sim 2020, I can run everything maxed out at 1440p. In Flight Sim 2024, at 1440p, I would have to run things halfway. So I'm thinking running things halfway in 2024 is not as good as maxed out in 2020. Plus the screenshots I've seen of people are like, guess which is which, and I think 2020 looks better in every single screenshot. So I have no reason to upgrade a career mode. I was excited about it, but as I watch people do it, I do not have interest in spending hundreds of hours in career mode just to get somewhere. So that's my quick little Flight Sim 2020-24 thing. Of course, that is subject to change at any time, but at the time of this recording, that is how it is. No interest in 2024 right now. Carb Cold, I still have yet to find it. I've mentioned that in every video. Can't find Carb Cold, but I must have at one time because it's on my checklist. Whatever. Doesn't matter at the moment. Do not lock tail wheel for Sim 2024. Cowl flaps open up. Excuse me of the hiccups. They are up by default because that's down and that's up. And if you want to see them, you can see them out there if you know where to look. That is one way. Let's hop in here and try to catch it really fast. That's the other way. See? They moved just barely. But they moved. They're there, I promise. So they're going to be open, which is up. No flaps to take off. Trim has to come way back. Wait, what did I just do? I just took my yoke out on accident. How do I get my yokes back? Oh dear, I've never taken my yokes out before on accident. Oops. Oh well. Trim back like crazy. Even when I trim it back like crazy, it's still not enough. If you do not do your trim back a lot, this one nose dive even with your yoke all the way back, and you're in big trouble. So trim back, landing lights on, those are up here. Put them to extend. Flash the nav light, pitot heat on, and note the time on the clock, which is up here somewhere. What is it? 12:17, 12:16 by the time we take off. And I really wish I knew where the click spot was for my yokes to put my yokes back in. Are they here? Yep, over there. Okay, cool. Alrighty, here we go. Let's announce takeoff to the north, and that's 5.
Oscar 16, traffic turtle soup, Tango 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 41, taking off runway 18 north departure.
And then we'll just head to the north. I'll read about stuff as we go, or tell you about stuff as I go. And we'll just enjoy this flight and land either in Eureka, if there's an airport there, on the coast, or go to Oregon if I have the time. We'll see. Oh, I got to nose down in this too, or else it tries to take off on you. Come on. Oh boy. What? Why are we ground looping so bad? What? That doesn't make any sense. And why are you taking off on your own when I'm not anywhere near takeoff speed? That's, oh gosh, that's full right rudder, and look at, I can barely do anything. Are we sure the wind was 2 knots? Because I was planned for 2 knots. Gear up, no flaps. That was super bizarre. Let me see what my trim is. Yeah, see, my trim is not back too far. See, I'm still nosing down without trim, but it's better than if you don't trim. So it wasn't my trim. I had like full right rudder and I could barely control it, but it said only 2 knot wind. Huh. I mean, if it were like a 12 knot wind, I completely would have changed how I did that. So I was not prepared for whatever that was. Interesting. Oh well, we made it. We only had minor injuries on the ground and some slight damage. Very bizarre. But as I said in other videos, this airplane is actually quite difficult to take off with. And everybody who has flown it and done reviews on YouTube has said that exact thing. This plane is very difficult to take off, very difficult to land. So the fact I can land it in 1 or 2 bounces is pretty cool. And the fact I can take off most of the time is pretty cool. But yeah, it's a challenging airplane. So yeah, I don't know. But yeah, it's trimmed. So it wasn't my trim. Because like I said, if your trim is not in the right spot, it'll nosedive. But this did the opposite. It tried to climb, but it still went down when I let go. So I don't know what that was all about. That was super strange. Anyway, it's trimmed perfectly. We're all set now. Alrighty, look at that. Don't even get autopilot yet. Hanging out below the train. You know that's my favorite thing to do. We're going to try to find the 101. Or follow the 101, I mean. Which is right there below us, obviously. There's Garberville. 101 goes off into the mountains. So let's first of all get our cruise set up here. Cruise checklist, anti-ice as needed, windshield wipers as needed, monitor things, autopilot is available, and change fuel tanks as needed, but we have yet to need to change fuel tanks because they hold so much fuel and our flights are so short. It is yet to be a problem. Fuel is here, so there you go. Okie dokie. Well, let's keep climbing. We're almost at 3,700 feet. I would like to hover around 5,000 to 6,000 because of terrain, but then we'll be in the clouds, so we'll see. We'll make adjustments as we need to. So anyway, following the 101, it's below us, and then we're going to head north-northwest towards the coast, which should come into view once we gain some more altitude, even though the clouds are going to be in our way. That's okay. I really want to hand fly a while, but then when I hand fly, I just jibber jabber and yap too much because I'm just hanging out, staring out the window, keeping an eye on things. It's more difficult to do sightseeing views when I'm hand flying, but anyway. There you go, nice mountain ridges just north of Garberville. Does that have a name? No name, but we're coming up on tons and tons of tiny little towns along the highway. Oh boy, this is dangerous. This is very dangerous because there's train in front of us and we can't see anything. This would not be a very good VFR flight today. I mean, we'll climb through the clouds, I guess, but then we can't see anything. But we'll do the best we can. What are we at? Only at 6,000 feet. These are some low clouds. But look at that. Look at, see what I'm talking about? Look at mountains, see? Right there. Boom. Because we don't know the area, it's kind of scary. But there you go. Beautiful. I love how we crest the mountain. I mean, crest the what do you call it? The clouds. The little storm there. But look at that. We're still not above that. And that is there a name for that? No. But I see it on Google Maps. Anywho, can we see the ocean yet? Yeah, right there. We can see the ocean right there. Alrighty, we're coming up on Phillipsville, which, well, not quite yet. It's up here a ways, but let's level off here. What are we at, 7,000? No, yeah. Let's level off at 8,000 just for safety. So set autopilot to 8,000 and autopilot VSI, let's do 900 feet per minute, and let's set our heading bug. You see it down there on the HSI. Oh, it's already where we're going to be. Hit heading. There you go. Autopilot. Now, if you don't have a multi-panel on your desk like I do with autopilot, it's just using these buttons. Pretty self-explanatory. The only time is if you want to do things with radios like VORs and stuff. You have to understand what these things mean. But it will do everything: localizer, heading, nav, GPS basically also in a way. It's there. Okie dokie, so I will keep my multi-panel set to heading so I can make heading changes quickly. And what are we doing? We're doing north right now. I don't think we want to be due north if we're going to follow the 101. So let's see if we can find the 101 now that we've probably drifted north of it. Yeah, 101's way over there, look. So we are going to take this in dramatic fashion and head over towards Miranda, which is over here somewhere where this river meets the highway. So now you gotta follow this river. No, this river meets the highway north of Miranda. Okay, we're just gonna follow this river. Does this river have a name? It is the Eel River? Eel River. So we're gonna follow the Eel River until we get back to the 101 and then meets, wow, there's like a bridge in Shively. But, yeah, we'll get there. Founder's Tree is on our map. What's Founder's Tree? Oh, it's a huge redwood tree. Okay. I mean, all of them are huge, but you get the idea. Alrighty, let's see here. Let's look around since we're already poking around and off track. There's the sun and noon sky. There's the 101 there along the river, and then we're on this other river because we got off track. There you go. Alrighty, so since I'm not talking the whole time, I'm going to give you like 45 seconds of sightseeing, and then we will come back together when we reconnect with the 101. Quite a lot of beautiful clouds, and I think I'm finding where we are. I think this was the Eel River, and this is the 101 going along that river. What is that river called anyway? Does it have a name? It has to. No name showing up in Google Maps. Okay, don't know what it's called then, but it's something. And there's a bunch of little towns down here, like this, bunch of little towns based on Google Maps. I can't tell which is which though because of the winding river. They all look the same, but that's okay. And I was going to say something else and totally forgot, but that's just the way it is. So let's hop outside and enjoy the scenery. I'm sorry I can't tell you the names of the towns, although, you know, of the hundreds of people that will watch this, maybe 4 actually care what the names of the towns are. Just know this is the 101 right here. And there's the river. And I wish I knew what the name of that river was, but I don't. But regarding the redwood forest and everything, we are in an area now where there are all these national and state parks, and there are like touristy things all over the map, like different camping areas, hiking areas, names of different trees that are bigger than the others. That is where we are. So we are definitely into the redwood forest, which is interesting for most people watching, I would imagine. But that's what we're looking at, redwood forest. Trying to see the forest through the clouds instead of forest through the trees, I guess. Oh, there's icing up here. Let's turn on the icing. I did not expect there to be icing. I mean, Northern California does get snow and ice. It does get chilly. And it is the middle of winter. Entering the middle of winter in real life. So I guess that would make sense. That we're icing. And how come the icing is staying? Normally when you do icing stuff, well, that's prop to ice. What's that? I want the prop. De-icer on, off. Normally when you de-ice stuff, it clears up instantly. The fact this isn't clearing up tells me that I'm not actually de-icing anything. What's this? Doesn't do anything. De-icer is on. That's on. Not sure why it's not de-icing. Anything over here I need to do? No. Windshield wipers? No. Oops, I went the wrong way. But yeah, we're icing up pretty good here, even though I said not to. Now, of course, you may have noticed I must have or icing visual only because we would have crashed by now if it were turned on all the way, for sure, because you know, we've been iced up for a while. Oh no, icing isn't showing up on the wings though, just on the windows. Okay, maybe it is working. Maybe the de-ice is working. Oh yeah, look, is it going away? I don't know. No, it's getting worse. It's getting worse, so it's not actually de-icing anything, but it's just visual only, so it's not actually going to ruin anything. Ah, here we go. Where are we actually headed now that we're lost in the clouds? Oh, that's Ronnerville. We are much farther north than I thought. Okay. Well, we definitely want to head towards that airport, because the 101 is following this river here. So we were heading towards the 101, then we drifted this way because of the clouds. So, let's zoom that out, good grief. So, we're about to head over Ronnerville already, which means the coast is right over here on the corner. Which means I think we're going to get beyond the coast in this video. I think this video is going to take us all the way to Oregon. Which means this will be the last video in our little mini-series that we've created for ourselves. And I think we're in a snow cloud, because there will definitely likely be snow up here this time of year. But yeah, Ronnerville, right below us. Okay, so we have now joined the 101 again. There it is right here. We have rejoined the 101, and we're going to follow it to the coast. So we want to go this way a little bit. Look at that. I like how the clouds opened up just for Ronnerville. And then they're going away already. Oh, that's pretty fun. Anyway, there you go. If you're from the area. Fortuna as well. Looks like a pretty big area. Alrighty. Hop back inside, and there's the coast here, right? See? So we're going to follow the river to the delta. The 101 turns north and goes this way. And then we go to those towns I mentioned, like Rosewood, Eureka, Ridgewood, Myrtletown. Then we'll literally just hug the coast all the way to the Oregon border. And there's a Fort Dick. I think because we are clear of any terrain whatsoever, and we're going to be hugging the coast, I think we can come down in elevations. Let's come down to 4,000 feet. Just because we can. I assume this airplane will descend with my autopilot. And there we go. Let's descend at 800 feet per minute. Because we can. Keep an eye on that speed. There's still nothing to see at all. Other than the ocean is right there. Right over there is the ocean. But we are in some massive cloud cover. I'm hoping coming down to 4,000 feet will help a little bit. It's pretty. But I wanted to see the Redwood Forest with y'all. But anywho, what if I go out another one? There we go. I'll tell you when we reach the Oregon border. We have a ways to go. First of all, there's this bay we gotta cross over. And not sure which town gets that airport. Maybe McKinleyville, perhaps? Yep, California. Oh, it's called the California Redwood Coast Humboldt County Airport. Nice name there, but that's where we are. So, Redwood Forest now is more behind us. So we went through the Redwood Forest. Well, we were going across the Redwood Forest. It is now inland. We are flying so fast. No pun intended. We are going so fast. Why are we going up? Wait, what happened here? The heck? You see that my vertical speed shot up to 1,400 feet per minute? I want to go down to 4,000 and then went up to... What happened here? Better pay attention. Anywho, we went across the Redwood Forest, but now we've left it behind. It is way over yonder, and we're about to reach the coast. There's the coast, just like I said it was. Whoops, there we go, heading. So there's the coast, and the Redwood Forest is inland quite a ways because we're cruising right along. There's the delta I mentioned. There we go. We were cruising right along, so left the forest behind us. Let's keep going here, following the coast. There we go. There we go. Okay. Very nice. Alright, we're just going to follow that a ways and then see what we can. Are we below the clouds? Possibly. Well, we have ways to go yet. I mean, we're still at 8,600 feet. Let's go down 1,100 feet per minute just to accelerate this a little bit. Bring back throttles a little so we don't overspeed too much. And check our fuel. Where's my mouse? Fuel is fine. Have hardly used any at all, if that's even accurate. And yeah, let's see what happens in a couple minutes here. That was the weirdest drone view ever, but look at this. We're slightly below the clouds. We're going to come down 2,000 feet yet, so we should have some great visibility here in a moment. Hopefully the icing clears up, because my icing in the airplane doesn't seem to be working whatsoever. So anywho, you can see the mountain ranges off to the side inland, and the forest is on the other side of those ranges, or within the ranges, I guess, a little bit. So there we go. We have completed the Redwood Forest part of the tour. I think we'll run into a little more, maybe. Yes, we will see some more redlands making their way to the coast once we get closer to Oregon. But for right now, we're just focused on the 101 and all that has to offer. So we just went over this huge bay, which has a name, I would assume is called Arcata Bay, heading to a town, Alliance in McKinleyville. Very neat. And then there's not much going on until we get to the forest, hitting the coast. Still really iced up, even though we're below the clouds. Hopefully that clears up a little bit. And beaches, beaches, beaches. So people kind of think of this, right, as California. Beaches, beaches, beaches everywhere. Cities with crazy people. But you know, people, lots of people who all want to be a celebrity, who all is an actress, who all is an actor, who all is a musician, that type of thing. But that's just LA. Once you get out of that area, there's so much more to California than that. This is McKinleyville right here. Pretty obvious. Nope, icing's clearing up a little bit finally. But there's a lot more to California. Like, look at all these hills and mountains. Look at all the trees. And if there was snow right now in real life, there'd be snow here because Road Brothers turned on. They do get snow up here, but there's not any at the moment. Even here in Minnesota, as I record this, not, well, there's a little bit of snow from last night, but it'll be gone. There'll be nothing. So there you go. There's your McKinleyville. Let's look outside for those of you who are interested in McKinleyville, with all the beaches and the rivers coming to the water. That's kind of cool. Fresh water and then all of a sudden salt water. Big old airport. There's that county airport, the Redwood County Airport or whatever it's called. But now that we're low enough, we are going to stay on the coast because we can't even clear the first row of hills at this altitude. Another airport. But look how beautiful this is, right? Alright. Wonderful. And there is the Pacific or Pacific Ocean. Alright, we reached 4,000 feet, so we're going to cruise along this altitude for a while. I still don't know why icing hasn't cleared up. We're below the clouds and everything. Maybe there's just a bug where this plane doesn't respawn to icing because we de-iced and everything. I guess maybe that just de-iced the wings. No, there's some ice out there still on the wing. So, not sure why my de-icing efforts didn't work. But it's annoying. If it doesn't clear up, I'll go into the settings and turn it off entirely. But kind of annoying. There's a little island mountain thing. That's pretty neat. Let's see here. If we go up, does it show us the border? I don't think it tells us the border. Alright, so KMFR, Kilo Mike Foxtrot Romeo, is well into Oregon, let alone inland. But it's into Oregon, past the border, so we're definitely not going to be heading that far. So I still don't know where the border is yet. I'll have to find something that'll help me figure that out. But it's showing you we're getting close to the border, so we're going to make it in this video. I think we said that earlier. We're kind of close to the train though, so it does pick up rather quickly from sea level to here. I just realized we kind of lost sight of the 101. I was so busy sightseeing. I mean, the 101 rides the coast though, so not sure where it went. I guess it's behind the hills here. This is Redwood Forest State Park, or one of this says Redwood Forest State Redwood National and State Park. So more redwood trees right below us that do reach the coast. Of course, in the sim they look like normal trees, but just know these are the giant trees, and you can drive through some of them, not all of them, but a few, which like, you know, via these roads up here, that type of thing. And like I said, my wife has been there. I have not, but anyway, so there's the 101 going right here. One of these, there you go, right here. This is the 101 coming through here. Boom, boom, boom. It turns and it goes along here. Nope, it's this one. I should look before I speak. Here's the 101. I was gonna, that makes more sense. 101 through the trees, coming across, and then it rides through here. You can see it where they carved out the trees, right? Carve out the trees. Highway going along the coast. So we are back onto the 101. Looks like it goes around here. Yep, there it goes. Down there. There's seen on the water. Comes up here to Oric, it's called. There's a base camp, it says, for the Redwood Forest hiking. Right in here. Well, that's pretty cool. And then the next big town after all this, because again, this is all Redwood Forest here that we're looking at. All that green is Redwood Forest. And the next town is, oh boy, Requa, and a bunch of camps. Okay, cool. And there is Kiamath and false Kiamath. That's kind of funny. And then Crescent City, and then the border. So this sticks out here. So we have these little towns, base camps, right up in here. A bunch of base camps hiking to the forest. And then Crescent City is this town that sticks out. And then right around the corner already is Oregon, and that's where our trek will end. So we just need to find something to land at. And then the 101, of course, goes all the way to Canada. And then you would have to take Interstate 5 to cross the border, but we're not going that far. So once you get to Crescent City, we'll get to the Oregon border. We might have to fly back to Crescent City to find a place to land, perhaps. But we'll see. We'll see when we get there. Just want to see if this valley is any significance. No, but there's a lot of waterfalls in this area. Okay. Alright, I'm going to be quiet for a minute just because. And we'll follow the coast still. And I already told you what we're looking at. And then Crescent City is right up there. And that's when we'll rejoin and figure out where we're going to land this thing. See you in a little bit. Still iced up, so I'm gonna go in and kill that right now. And there you go. They turned it off completely because it wasn't going away. So I don't know what's going on. But anyway, following the 101 right below us, right along the coast, and then Redwood Forest, and some more clouds. But hopefully they stay away so we can finish this journey together. I'm glad anybody used real-world weather. We've used real-world weather this entire time. I think it's funny that I've more or less created a little mini bush trip for ourselves. Oh, there's a nice airport there. I wonder what that airport is. And then, yeah, looking beautiful. Let me take some screenshots of that. That looks really nice. Some islands out there. Redwood Forest coming all the way to the coast. 101 right there going through the trees. Just beautiful. Coming up on Crescent City, which is right around here somewhere. And then we'll figure out exactly where the Oregon border is. And then land. But little ways to go yet. Can't get too far ahead of myself here. And let's stay out of the train coming up. And just like that, we're back in the clouds, letting out a big sigh. Coming up on Crescent City, and when we do, 101 actually goes inland for a little bit before it comes back to the coast. But it does come back to the coast eventually. But now we can't see anything because of the clouds. Oh well, I was going to make a comment about how the hills and everything are so vast. It seems like we're low to the ground, even though we're 4,000 feet up. But now we can't see the hills either. But look at those cliffs and rocks. That's cool. That's super cool. What is this huge river? I don't know. That's a big river. I don't... Oh, there it is. It's, Oh, this is the Klamath and False Klamath that I mentioned earlier in the video. That's where we are. Yeah, Klamath is right there. And False Klamath is at the next little river opening. So there must be a story behind that. Perhaps people thought they were in Klamath up here at the river opening, but it's actually this river opening. So therefore that other one is the false one, and this is the real one. That's the only thing I can think of. And I like how the clouds opened up just so we could see it. And now we're back in the clouds again. But that's okay. And just a peek, and it goes away again. So we're looking for False Klamath now, but... Ooh, look at that. That was kind of creepy and eerie. Okay, I'll see we're looking for False Klamath, but I don't know where to look. But, we'll find it. Anyway, 101 is still here along the water, though. Until... No, it's inland a little bit. Hang on a second, let me pull the map. Okay, where we are, it's false. Where we are, it was along... You see along the water here, and then it comes inward, like this. So 101 comes inward, and then it goes back here to Crescent City. You can see the bridge, and then right here you can see it goes north of the water, which is Lake Earl. So you can see 101 coming up. You can see it a little bit here, it sticks out right there north of the water. And then the Oregon border is like right here, because it's way before any of this stuff. So Oregon border is here somewhere. Not sure how we're going to find it other than the water. Oh, okay, there's a little bit of water. There's a river. There's a big old river on the Oregon border. That's how we're going to find it. But for right now, let's head towards the 101. And we'll go north. So this is Crescent City, like I said. Then we'll go north of Lake Earl. And then we'll follow 101 until we get to not the first river, but the second river. And then that's the border with Oregon, which is what we've been shooting for like 4 videos now or something. Which is interesting. Now we made a little VFR trip south of San Francisco into this big old journey. And it's super fun. Super fun. Yeah, there you go. Look at that. Redwood Forest. We're leaving Redwood Forest. How cool is that? But yeah, those of you who are not from the U.S. and never heard of the Redwood Forest, I will look up the Redwood Forest. It's kind of cool. I mean, it's in a lot of our songs that we learn as kids here. But it's interesting. So here's the 101. Came out of the trees into Crescent City. Goes along here. And right up in here, and boom. Right around here. Makes a sharp corner. Sharp turn at this river. And then boom, Oregon. There we go. And maybe the clouds will stay clear for us so we can see it. But as of right now, I'm thinking we'll have to come back to Crescent City in order to land. Because there's no... Yeah, that's in Oregon, so we don't want to go that far. Maybe we'll come back to this one. Is that... What is that? I don't know what airport that is. I can't find it quickly enough. And now we are mere minutes from the Oregon border. We had just crossed the huge interchange of 101 and 199, and now the town called Smith River is in front of us, and then the highway turns left. So there's Smith River. The highway turns left. This is where it rejoins the coast, and then we need to find exactly where the border is with Oregon. Looks like there are 3 islands out here a ways, and that's the border. So, let's see. It's significant enough that on the map it says there's a welcome to California sign. That's a landmark. So anyway, I assume that's the Smith River. I can't see a name of it. Yep, Smith River. Pretty straightforward. And then an unnamed town, I guess. Oh, look at that. The clouds are going to clear up for us to finish our journey. And now we just have to find where this border is. This is called, this is Pelican State Beach. So we have to go past that yet. Still following the highway. Alrighty, I think we are about to cross, because this is Brookings here. That's Oregon. So I think we're crossing the border right about now, I think. I'm trying to get my bearings. It's just after this river. It is less than a mile after the river here. Yeah, so there we go. We're crossing the border in Oregon right now. Yep. So there's the 3 islands. And then there's one more little island. And right in here, here's the 101. And then there's a little stereo right here. See this little thing? Boom. This is the Oregon border. So Oregon here, California behind us. There's supposed to be a big old sign if you're on the ground, which obviously won't be in the sim. But let me look at the photos of what it does look like here. Any landmarks or anything. This is Oregon, so it is right here by this thing, whatever that is. Boom, Oregon border right here. We made it, folks. We made it into Oregon from California, and all of a sudden the mountains get pretty serious. So I was gonna have us fly back and land in California, but I think we're gonna have a change of plans and land here at Roebuck or whatever it's called in Oregon. So let's tune it in. Let's slow down a little bit because we're going really fast. And Brookings State, here we go. Well, let's do weather.
Kilo Bravo Oscar Kilo, automated weather observation 2100 Zulu. Wind 101 at 5. Visibility 10. Sky condition, few clouds at 1,500 feet, few clouds at 4,400 feet, ceiling 13,200 feet, overcast. Temperature 7 Celsius. Dew point 10 Celsius. Altimeter 2974.
Alright, wind is from 100 degrees. So what runway do we have closest to 10? We've got a 12. So that's the other side. So let's announce full stop landing and announce position here.
Kilo Bravo Oscar Kilo Traffic Turtle Soup Tango 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 414 miles southeast 4,100 feet inbound to land runway 12.
So 1-2 is going to be the other one. So let's bring gear down so that darn horn stops blaring at us. There we go. And then we can bring throttles back all the way because we want to land on that runway, and we should be able to do it without turning around. So we are in Oregon, Brookings, Oregon. About what? How many miles in is this? It is not even a mile into Oregon. Actually, no, I was looking at something else. 2,000, 1 mile. We're about, 2 miles into Oregon, I guess, by the time we land. So there you go. Where's the runway? Keep sight of it. We want runway 10, so let's set heading to 101. I think it said it was. No, 100 for the runway. There's 90. Wind was 101. There you go. So there's the wind. So now we know for the runway heading. So now we know for parallel to the runway. Good grief. Basic stuff, and I can't speak. A little early for flaps, maybe? Yeah, let's get first set of flaps down. Gears down, flaps are down. Everything is set for landing, right? Approach, fullest tank, flaps down. Pitot heat's already on. Landing lights we never turned off. Tail wheel stays unlocked. Second set of flaps, let's trim this way back, give us some throttle. Where's our runway? Should be behind us. I don't think we passed it yet. Should be behind us. Yeah, look at the GPS, it's behind us. Oh, we're drifting off of runway heading here. Oh, wrong way. Ooh, there's a ship out there. Anywho, let's pay attention to what we're doing. What, restalling? Yeah, full flap. And we're on downwind leg. Let's announce base leg, and then final will be 3.
Kilo Bravo Oscar Kilo Traffic Turtle Soup Tango 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 41 is on base runway 12.
And then as soon as we figure out where the runway went, we'll announce final. We should be about 100 knots right now. Right now we're at touchdown speed, not approach speed. But without peripheral vision, this is a pain in the butt. There it is right there, where it's supposed to be. Very cool. What's final 3, I said? Final is 3.
Kilo Bravo Oscar Kilo Traffic Turtle Soup Tango 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 41 is on final runway 12 to land.
Here now, full flap. Whoops. Let's not miss it. And a little bit of wind. Because real weather is turned on, so we do get some wind effect, which is fantastic. And we'll nose down to get some speed. And this is a Challenger. And for this particular plane, even though it's a prop, the way it's modeled in the sim, you don't land at idle. You're supposed to land at idle in a prop, but not in this one. It crashes and bounces, it does weird stuff. So the way it's simulated, you need throttle engaged to touch down this particular plane in this particular simulator. And man, do I want to look around right now. But we know if I do, we'll have a problem, so I'm not going to look around. Whoa. At least the trees are cut out for us. Also be careful when you're on a plateau like this that you look at the runway, not in front of it, because you'll land short. That's just the way it is with your brain. So here we go. Whoa. It is not easy to land this thing. Alright, here we go. Good touchdown speed. I have a lot of throttle. Oh boy. I have a lot of throttle engaged. To be honest. Okay, ground effect took over, and we are landing so long. What in the world is wrong with me? There we go. And are we going to even make it? Oh, gall. Oh my gosh. Are we even going to make it? Oh, brother. That was silly. Flaps up immediately. Oh my word. That was ridiculous. How do we get off this runway? Anyway, I can't believe how far down the runway we landed. That's probably my worst landing in this plane. I'm supposed to be getting better every time I fly this plane, not worse. Well, I guess my first landing was worse, but that doesn't count as my first one. But I should be getting better. Holy moly. I should not publish that landing, but I will, because it's kind of funny too. Alrighty, landing in the forest. On a plateau. Super cool. In Oregon. So, well, you know, this flight will conclude this mini-series that I created, which is kind of cool, right? I didn't plan ahead, I just went with it. So I don't know, I'm thinking about doing a flight series where I fly the entire Mississippi in a slow plane. And that is a callback to like 20 some years ago when I first saw satellite imagery on the internet. And I followed the entire Mississippi. And it took like hours and hours and hours and hours, because each image would take like 5 minutes to load back then. This is like 2001. And I would look and then hit the down arrow. The next no, I didn't. I had to go back to a menu and click on each image in order based on its number, and then look at it. Took a couple minutes, went back, loaded the next one. I followed the Mississippi all the way down that way. It's really cool. Black and white satellite imagery. You can barely tell what you're looking at. So I'm gonna do a flight like that where I fly at the Mississippi in a slow plane, nice and low. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see how I feel, but if you have any flight ideas, let me know in the comments. So that concludes this cute little Northern California trip in this awesome plane that I love that I can't land yet. It's getting worse, but I'll get there. So make sure you subscribe, notifications turned on, so you know when the next video comes up, because I don't know when it's going to be, and I don't know what it's going to be. You'll find out when I find out by subscribing and be notified. Then hit the like button so people know we exist. Even if you're watching this in the far future, if you hit the like button, The algorithm will bring it back alive for people. Algorithm is super important. I'm just glad they don't do this for like money or anything. I do belong to a few groups now of manufacturers of scenery and stuff. So when they get new scenery or aircraft or whatever, I get it for free to show you guys. I'm a part of a couple groups. That's pretty cool. Nothing has come out though that I've had time to do recently. But if something comes out that I have time to do and I'm interested in, I'll jump on it. But yeah, that's kind of cool. So no sponsorship in this video, but I do have a few groups, big time groups that I'm part of. So you never know what might show up on the channel.
Charlie Echo Charlie traffic ham flight 198415 miles northwest inbound ILS runway 12. Kilo Charlie Echo Charlie traffic ham flight 1984 is on final runway 12 to land.
Why am I getting? Come on now. Why can't I do that? Come on.
Kilo
There we go.
Bravo, Oscar Kilo Traffic Turtle Soup Tango 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 41 is clear of the runway.
So I have the same frequency as that other airport? Okay. Anyway, let's shut this thing down. I don't remember what I was talking about, because that really threw me off. Parking brake set, yes. Props back. Mixture back. Beacon off, which is over here. Seatbelt sign can come off now. Mag crash bar can come off. Avionics can come off. And the main crash bar. Boom. Then we come back here. Then we flip it around. Whoa. Excuse you. And then we go outside. So I kind of already did my outro. I totally lost track of what I was saying. My brain. Anyway, I was talking about something. Jeez. Oh, I won't know what I do next or upload next until you know what I do next or upload next. That's what I was trying to say. But I screwed it all up. Anywho, welcome to Brookings, Oregon. On the Oregon coast. Not as many beaches. It gets mountainous-ier and rockier, as you can tell. And there's a scary cabin on top of the hill. Anyway, I'm so thrown off from that radio transmission for another airport, which is way down there. So, whatever. That means it's time for me to quit before I get deeper into my hole, and I'll see you next time.